My name is Ryan O'Donnell, founder and CEO of Salty, and I'm going to do a mini-series here telling you a little bit more about Salty and some frequently asked questions. So next, I'm going to talk about glass. Best in glass. Salty, best in glass. The best products in the world are packaged in glass. Would you drink kombucha out of plastic? No. Would you drink a fine wine out of plastic? No. Would you drink the best mountain spring water out of plastic? No. These products are packaged in glass for many reasons, but one of them is leaching. The other one is not to pollute Mother Earth and the planet, which is very important for our sustenance as we evolve and as we grow as humans and maintain sustainability of the world. So, the first thing is for the humans that consume this. These are not packaged in plastic for good reason. Plastic leaches. It's all made out of petroleum and it leaches into the beverage. Petroleum-based plastic single-use packaging is the #1 contributor to global waste in the world. And that comes from beverages and food alike, but mainly beverages. And guess what that petroleum-based plastic is made out of? Petroleum. Guess what petroleum does? It eats away at your intestines. So petroleum-based plastic packaging might be cheap and inexpensive for the producer, but the damage and atrocity they are doing to the planet and to the consumers is absurd and should be fixed. These beverages are bottled in glass. So I don't know if you know, but petroleum-based single-use plastic water bottles. There was a big scare years ago that if you left a case of water bottles in your car, it would leach plastics into the water. Then when you consume the water, the plastics would go into your body, go into your esophagus, go into your organs, and guess what? The leaching of plastic, that petroleum residue, would go into your body and cause you disease and cause you harm. Well, guess what water's pH is? pH is the specific pH from a basic to an acidic scale. 7 is neutral, 14 is basic, and 0 or 1 is acidic. pH of water from the natural world, such as a spring up there, there's a spring on this property which we drink the water from. Spring water has a pH of 6.2 to 7.2. It is never alkaline. The only way it is alkaline is if it comes from a spring that has hot water from it or some volcanic activity, which minerals are going into that water and making it basic, more alkaline. Alkaline water is a total scam. Back to the leaching. pH of water is around 7. 7 is not very acidic. If you put a beverage in a plastic bottle of a 7 and it leaches, guess what happens when you put juice or functional beverages or acidic beverage into a plastic bottle? It strips away the plastic bottle liner and leaches into a beverage. It's like putting acid water in a plastic bottle. It's gonna leach away the plastic way faster than water. So every time you consume a plastic bottled beverage, think about that. The acidic beverage, these beverages have a pH of between 3 and 5, which is more acidic than 7 natural water, or 6.5 natural mountain spring water. That liquid, if it's in a plastic bottle, is going to start eating at the sidewalls of the plastic bottle, and it's going to leach into the beverage. When you consume it, it's going to go into your system, and guess what? That's going to cause pain, suffering, disease, perhaps worse things like lymphatic blockages and cancer. That's not good for you. So that is the difference between Salty and the other plastic bottle beverages on the shelf. This is leach-free, certified lead-free. This is the highest quality glass. It's crystal glass, made on a crystal glass production line. And this glass does not leach. It's impermeable, it's reusable, it's recyclable. And when you consume a beverage in glass like this, you're getting the pure beverage only. You're getting no microplastics in it. Secondly, the planet. Now there's the Great Pacific Garbage Patch in the Pacific Ocean that is twice the size of Texas. Texas is a big fucking state. It's one of the biggest states in the country. There's a plastic patch that's twice the size of Texas, and guess what's floating out there? A bunch of petroleum-based single-use plastic bottles. That's not good for the planet. It's also in our landfills. What happens there? Goes into our soil, depletes the soil. Birds eat the plastic, kills the birds, kills the fish, kills the habitats, kills the soil. Not something we want to support. Not something humans should support. So that's very bad for the planet. Now, I'm going to get into this product, our wellness shot line. This is our first product with an aluminum bottle cap. This means that this has no plastic in the package whatsoever. If this gets dropped in the ocean or goes into a landfill, guess what? The aluminum corrodes, goes back into the earth as a mineral. No bird or animal or fish eats aluminum. The glass goes back into sand, breaks down over time, causes no harm to the ecosystem or habitat. In fact, if this drops to the bottom of the ocean, probably creates a habitat for a little crab to create a house in here. So this is very good for the environment. Now this product, we might get some criticism, and I admit we have a long way to go as Salty. We're by no means a perfect brand, but we are for sure taking strides and steps to get there. This has a plastic cap. This is a recyclable, high-density PET cap, which does not leach because the thickness of it, much thicker than a plastic bottle that you're drinking beverages out of. This does not leach, however it is plastic, and it's petroleum-based. But guess what? The bottling line that makes this product is $1.4 million. So when more consumers like you buy our product, we will upgrade the line to get an aluminum cap on here. It costs about $500,000 in 3 months to have the changeover parts necessary to get an aluminum cap on here. But it is our full intention to have an aluminum cap on this product, and that would mean all of our products are sustainably packaged with no plastic on them. So I'm going to go over some frequently asked questions that we get from consumers on a regular basis. If you have any additional questions, please send them in to our marketing team. You can reach them on Instagram via direct message. You can comment on this video or on our Instagram posts. You can send an email to hello@salty.com, and any questions that you send in, we'd be happy to help. We pride ourselves on transparency, and we believe the future of food and beverage is full transparency with 360-degree awareness of not only the liquid inside the product, but also the packaging, the manufacturing process, and the total ecosystem in which the company really touches.